Hello, welcome to the home of Crisco Enterprises LLC. Come on in and let us show you around. We are comprised of professionals in many fields, and we pride ourselves on being able to offer exceptional service as well as the highest quality products. We don't offer just another event, product, or service. We provide an experience, the Crisco experience. Some of the services we provide are photography and videography, event planning, catering and decor, DJ services, African drumming and instructing, motivational speaking and emceeing, website design, logo, graphics and printing, custom t-shirts and apparel and decals, mobile barbering and natural hair and lock maintenance. We also have a makeup artist who will provide your personal and professional photo shoot and big event makeup needs. If that isn't enough, check out our and more section, where you will find our partner services that include cartoon characters, moon bounces and water slides, face painting, popcorn, cotton candy, and snow cone machines. If you don't see the service or product you're looking for on our site, ask us about it. Chances are we can assist you with that too. Thank you for coming by. Now go ahead, contact us and let us know how we can help to provide you with your very own Crisco experience.
Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode of Let's Do It Talk Show. We're excited about our show today. As y'all know, it is Money Making Monday. That's why I'm popping my green today. So, you know, on this show, what we do is we offer a platform for entrepreneurs. However, we think that it's very important that we touch all facets of life. And money is definitely one that's included. So it's me, your girl, Ladrine Howard Peterson, the CEO and founder of Do It, delivering on ideas and thoughts. And what I do in a nutshell, I help turn dreamers into doers. Dreamers into doers. And I do it from two aspects. I do it from the aspect of career development, resume writing, interview preparation. You looking to change your job? I'm your girl. And then I do it from a business standpoint. Marketing strategies, that's my niche. But I also do business plans, all things business. So anything you're looking for in those two avenues, I'm your girl. So I'm so excited about the show today. Today's topic is how to close out 2019 financially strong. Financially strong. So we know that around this time, things get a little challenging, should I say. We want to buy gifts and we want to do various things for various people. So we have a lot of experts who are in the room and they're going to be talking about it from all different facets. You know how we do. We dabble in a little bit. We go in, we talk about credit. So we're going to do that today as well. And then in addition to that, we're talking about budgeting for the holidays. Why and how you should be preparing for your tax season now. And then we're going to talk about securing the bag, securing your cash flow. So before we jump into that, my weekend. So what I did was I grabbed a couple pictures and I put them into a video so that you all can share. You know, my weekends are always epic. This weekend was just the same. It was epic. So first of all, birthdays. So my mom's birthday was this weekend. Happy birthday, Mommy. Then cousin Johnny, he's like one of the older ones there, but still handsome as ever. And you'll see him on the video that they're going to show. And then my cousin Bob. So happy birthday to all three of those. But then I went to my first Christmas party this weekend. You'll see the feed from there. So it was my first time going to Taps at the Harbor. Really nice look. Their crab balls, no fluff whatsoever. No fluff at all. So those are really good. And then graduations. So huge shout out to my girl, Dr. Cheryl Wood. She received her honorary doctoral degree this weekend. The ceremony was amazing. And you know how it is during graduation. They pick some people for the class to speak. Who do y'all think spoke? Yes, and she added a little flavor to her presentation. And then after that, with Urban Style Media family, we all hosted the media activities for the African American Business Expo. And it was a phenomenal event. It was about 30 vendors there, activity, action, people coming in and out. It was tremendous, and I was grateful to be among all of my urban media style family. We had a great time. And then the last one, last but not least, another graduation. My girl, Wandy Swenson. She graduated at 60 years young. And mind you, all along, when I've known her for over 20 years, she started off, stopped, put her kids through school, and she always told me that it was her goal. She retired from the federal government, and she went back to school. And so this weekend, she graduated from Strayer College. And another one I wasn't planning, I didn't even know about, but Allison Daniels, congratulations, she graduated also. So, all right, y'all, that was my weekend. Always having fun on the weekends, but like I tell y'all, catch me if you can. So we're going to jump into the show right now, and what we're going to do is we're going to have the contributing host and the special guest to introduce themselves. So why don't we start from this side?
Hello, my name is Shanae Robinson, and I am the professional credit diva. And for me, diva means doing it very aggressively. So no matter what it is you want in life, you have to go after that thing because nobody is going to give it to you except for me. I'm going to give you a 750 credit score.
Yes.
Excellent credit.
Awesome. I am Sacagawea Fanning. I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to budget and keep some of your money and make sure you're closing out the year right and starting it right too. So even though you may not have it all now, let's work it towards the time where you do have it all for yourself and your family.
Yes, and now we're going to go to this side.
Hey everyone, this is Janice Bowles. I am a realtor and a real estate investor with B Premier Ventures, where we buy and beautify distressed properties, flip it for profit, and just, bring in the dough. So basically what I want to talk to you guys about is, let's talk about 2020. We're going into that new decade of 2020. Right. Mm-hmm. Let's make some plans to get some investment properties, okay? It's doable. We're going to talk about it, and I'm just happy to share, so.
And then we have a special guest who has joined our financial gurus. Tell the people who you are.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm Dee Bowden, the founder and CEO of BCS Solutions. I'm super excited to be here. I'm here to talk to you about two things. One, collect your cash. Number two, secure your cash flow. Looking forward to sharing the story.
Yes, absolutely. So I want you all to make sure that you all remember, in addition to watching us Facebook Live, you can also view us, stream us live from Urban Style Media's website, urbanstylemedia.com, and you can stream it live from there as well. And then for the replays, we have a YouTube page. We have our own website, which is the Let's Do It Talk Show. And then for the immediate one, immediately after we go off, you can watch the replay from Urban Style Media. So shall we jump into the conversation, ladies? Yes. So let's start it off with budgeting for the holidays.
Yes.
Tips that everyone can use. We know that Jesus is the reason for the season. However,
You have to be broke to do it.
yes.
So what I like to tell people is sometimes you get caught up in, how can I put it, the commercials with all the great stuff saying, get this, sale is here, buy this, buy that. But before you do all that, make a list. See what you want your kids to have for Christmas. Have a set number of gifts, because think about it this way. You are helping to instill great foundational lessons learned to your kids of how they can have nice things, but you don't have to be broke to do it. Let's make sure we're giving responsible lessons to our kids. So have a gift list of about 3-4 items and make sure that you're able to find those items. Try to find them on a deal, on a sale. You don't have to pay full price. You know, a lot of times people are trying to get the most popular items where they do a price bump in order to make a little extra money. But don't fall into that trap, because a lot of times those expensive gifts, if you wait till after Christmas,
Yep.
you get a better deal,
Yep.
and your kid can still enjoy the toy. So just make sure you're thinking about it that way. And another thing too, a lot of great things to do prior to the holidays. Start in a small like Christmas gift account, like a savings account. Put a little bit from your check each week, and so you'll have that money at the end of the year, so you're not stressing of, oh my goodness, how I'm gonna pay for the gifts, the dinner, a special dinner we're gonna have with the family. Start doing it that way. Make sure that you're actually looking for those deals, because they're out there. You can go on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, take advantage of it. Making sure you have those free shipping costs and things like that. So it's always good to make sure you're looking for the resources where you can get deals. You don't have to pay full price. I'm one of those people, I believe in outlets online, because those outlets online will give you 30, 40, sometimes up to 70% off. You can have nice things, but you don't have to pay full price. That's why I want to instill in people, because that lowers that holiday stress. But a lot of people are going in saying, oh my goodness, what I'm going to do the new year when I done spent it all at Christmas. No, make sure you started off right with a little cash in your pocket when you're going into 2020. So I just love showing people, take the money that you have and build a budget around it. If you know you can only spend $200 to maybe $500, then keep it to $200 to $500. Because trust me, you're gonna sleep better at night knowing that you kept it within that budget than trying to go beyond your means. So.
Very good points. Very good points. And actually online, Diane and as well as Dee Dee, they both say that they save a certain amount of money per check. So very good. So Dee Dee and Diane, I'm looking for my gift. I'm playing with you. Continue to do what you're doing. But those were very good tips as you talked about them. One thing, without Federal Credit Union and a lot of other credit unions as well, they allow you to have a gift account.
Exactly.
Where and a lot of people stray from them because they think of what if something happened. There are several of them that do not have any penalties for early withdrawal. It's just a mechanism to help you to discipline yourself if you can't do it on your own. So I love
and show your kids how to do the same thing.
Yes.
Take that little allowance money from the piggy bank. Start that little gift account.
Yeah, and one of the things that I do, I love shopping after Christmas. I love shopping after Christmas. Yeah.
Definitely.
I make my list and check it twice.
And you find a lot of the hot items that people put on layaway and they never come back to get.
Yes.
So
So
that's
guess
when
what?
it's restocked on the
Yes.
shelves and things like that. And I mean, as far as like clothes and things of that nature, they don't need it immediately. They don't go back
To school.
until
Exactly.
the next year.
Yes.
go.
And
Yes.
so, sometimes it's better to pace yourself for afterwards.
Yes.
Christmas decorations, 75% off.
Yes.
That's when we start buying.
Yes.
How about
Definitely that.
clothes are also on sale?
Yeah.
Because we really
Yeah.
need
Everything.
because if you can forget, December 26th on, everything will be on sale until the next season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
And they'll keep discounting, just keep discounting.
Yeah.
Almost.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost saving money.
Yeah.
What's this show called again? Money?
It's
Money.
money. You gotta say. You can't just say money. You gotta be like
Money.
Money! Monday!
So very good tips. Very good tips.
I know, right? I had to practice.
Right. She was like, "What is it? Monday?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? Yesterday is Monday."
Money!
Yes.
Bacon! Monday!
There you go. So now, shall we go in and start talking about credit? So you know how a lot of stores offer you different plans, like, oh no, spend it now and pay later. So there's some And I can talk about mine after Shanae finishes up. I got one that I live faithful by, but the other ones I don't know too much about. So Shanae, tell us about it. What you think?
Well, my suggestion to you during the holidays or any time is to never pay interest. If
Yes.
you want to take advantage of the 90-day same as cash, then take advantage of the 90-day same as cash. Do not go past that 90 days
Right.
because you think that the interest payment is just going to hit from that point
Yep.
on. It starts from day one.
Exactly.
And so if you've made payments, you're going to be paying still interest if you don't pay it out within that 90 days. And so when it comes to your credit cards and things of that nature, at any point, you never want to pay more than what you have to. You never
Right.
want to, because then
Right.
that's when your credit is starting to be affected and everything, because you know it's so much more than what you originally purchased. So what you do is, if you're in a position, you pay your entire credit card bill off by the due date. Before the due date, at least 3 to 5 days before the due date. Okay, you pay it to zero. However, you want to show utilization. So you look on the back of your credit card statement to see when is your closing date. And then you make a small purchase, $10, $15, $25, 2 or 3 days before your closing date, so that it shows utilization. But it's going to help your credit score to raise because you have a small amount of utilization. So with money, with credit, with everything, it's a game. And
right.
the only way
right.
that you
Learn
win
the
is
rules.
if
Yeah.
you know the rules and you
Exactly.
play by the rules.
There you
It's
go.
when you don't play by the rules that you get in trouble.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So here's my one. So Target. So I'm not a Walmart girl. I'm a Target girl.
Okay.
And so, yes, I'm a, thank you for correcting.
Target.
I'm a Target girl. And so a lot of things that I buy on a regular basis, I get it from Target. So what I do is I use my Target card. I get a discount on it, like immediate 5%, and then I also get a cash back.
Yes.
So but you get a cash back one time a year. So what I do is I have it where it automatically pays off my balance at the end of the cycle. And so that way I don't even have to worry about, I know what I'm spending and I know it's going to pay off at the end of it. But then what happens is that 2% that I get back, I get it back every February. And it's a nice old gift card where I go in and I purchase things that I actually use. So Target not getting anything from me.
No.
I'm actually gaining money from them. And I get like, last year, I think my balance now is like $253. And it's me buying things that I normally buy, not
Correct.
going and stretching and doing anything. But again, you have to be disciplined. So the way that it works for me is that I have it where it automatically pays it off at every month, so I don't have to worry about it. Because it's those things where you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna pay it off in a certain day, and then you forget about it, then you end up paying the interest on it, and I'm allergic to interest.
Yes.
You end up paying interest on it, and then you'll be like, okay, I'm gonna pay it again later on. Then by the time you turn around, that little discount you got, you don't pay twice for the thing that you're getting and all that. So don't go for the okie doke.
Right.
Like if you can't afford it now, then don't buy it. And D, I'm not even looking, but I already know you talking about I don't do none of that. I use cash. So bless you in your ability to do that. But we have to bring you on one day. She talks about all of the different ways that she went about and how she comes to the point now where she only pays cash. And I know 2 people who are actually like that, and God bless you.
Amen.
Yeah. So, any other thoughts that you all have about credit card? Any stories y'all want to share or
I do
not
that with
share?
BJ's.
Okay, yes.
So BJ's is a great place to get the regular household items.
Okay.
You get them in bulk, and then it lasts you. That amount, if you really take that amount and you divide it by what you're getting, you see how much you're really saving
Yes.
if you go to a regular store.
Yeah.
And also, like you said, I get my regular items, and what happens is I but I've purchased enough where they give me a credit. Literally, I went up to the cash register to do a self-checkout, and it said, boop, boop. I was like, oh, what is this? They're like, oh, you've earned $20. So basically, I paid for my purchase.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, a good thing with BJ's that people don't know, they have certain things where if you purchase certain items, it gives you points, cents off your gas per gallon. So you can pay even cheaper at the gas pump.
Yeah.
Oh,
The only catch is you got to pay get the gas the same day. But
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm
go
like-
shopping when you need some gas.
yes,
Right.
and I
Right.
literally saw it's a 40 cents difference where I live from a regular gas station to BJ's.
And that's a
And it's a 10-minute
Wow.
difference in
That's a lot.
distance.
That's great. So one other one that I'll add in is CVS.
Oh, I
So
love
for
my
CVS, P&G products, I get my P&G products from CVS. So I use Gain, not because it's green. But I use I use Gain, and I use like a lot of like their Bounty, and I use Charmin. So they always have where you spend a certain amount and you'll get $10 back, and so on and so forth.
30% off.
I'm that one that holds up the line because I'm going to get my $10 printed out so I don't lose it, I don't forget it, and it's going to go towards my second
next
portion
time.
of my purchase.
You know what you need to start doing? You need
that?
to get the CVS app. It automatically keeps it.
I have the CVS app,
'Cause
but
people
I want to use I want my savings right there. So at the end, I want to say I spent this money. I know.
Okay, but you know they do it. They keep it on it.
Yeah.
Okay,
But I want it in my same trip, so I can
Okay,
say I
cool.
got all this
Yes.
For this
for this amount. Yes,
And
yes,
she saved money.
Yes.
yes,
There you
yes.
Do you ladies do the coupon as well?
I used to
I
on
do.
Sundays.
Yeah.
I used to. And then honestly, I started buying things that I didn't really need because it was a really good coupon. And then I backed up away from it. I was just
that
like,
addiction of
Correct.
having
yeah,
items
if I save this, and I'm like, well, what I'm going to do
And
with
people
this?
like stockpiling things
Yeah,
you're
I
really
see
not
a lot of
using.
that.
So you're really not
Yeah.
saving money if you don't use the items.
it.
Right.
But you can donate it
Yeah,
to
that's
an
true. To a
organization.
charity.
Yeah,
or
but I
charity.
mean, I donate too. It's not I donate. So let me just say that
But
first.
you want it for you.
But that's not
So
when
it's
I'm doing
that.
coupon. I'm trying to come out with something. I like to, I just like to see a bottom line
You know that
discount
I've
thing.
gotten it
But
too.
I get you, and I do donate. So okay, all right.
It's in
So
the season of giving, absolutely.
Right.
It's very important.
no, absolutely, no. Honestly,
Absolutely.
sincerely, I donate. We talked about that at the ending of the show a little bit,
Yeah.
and if we have time, we'll talk about it a bit here. I don't play with charity and giving.
Absolutely.
I mean, it does help you with your taxes, but I still like to give it from the heart as well. It's a win-win for everybody.
It is.
Yeah, I want to get into heaven. You know,
Come
I
on
just-
now. And my pastor was about that yesterday.
Up your giving.
Jesus, I'm gonna go ahead and do no.
It's in the book.
That little tally.
Look,
I
it's
did
in the
this.
Yeah.
Check.
Yeah.
Check. Yes.
Well, by all means, as you all are working through, and thinking through, like my nonprofit, Do It Empowers. By all means, it is a nonprofit 501c3. It is tax deductible. Like as you're doing and figuring out, by all means, consider it.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go to commercial.
We're gonna work on getting to heaven.
We're gonna go to commercial, and we'll see you all on the flip side.
Are you interested in real estate investing but not quite sure where to get started? Do you want to get the know-hows on creating ongoing passive income using the buy and hold strategy? Hi, I'm Janice Bowles, licensed realtor and co-founder of B Premier Ventures, a real estate development and consulting firm where we buy and beautify distressed real estate, renovate it, and resell for profit. With over 15 years of investing experience, B Premier has extensive knowledge in rural land development, fix and flips, and rental acquisitions. B Premier's current portfolio consists of properties within Florida and Virginia. Our firm's services includes investor project consulting, project management, and group coaching. For more information, visit our website at bpremierventures.com and schedule a complimentary discovery session or subscribe to our email list. It's free. Follow me on Instagram at Janice Bowes for additional real estate investing tips. B Premier Ventures, we buy and beautify.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. So I hope you all enjoyed the commercials and the pictures that were shown during the commercial. I had a great time this weekend. But I want to give a shout out to a couple of the viewers that are online. So I already shouted you out, but I'm going to shout you out again. We got Dee Dee, Renee Myers, Noni, Tamika. Who else did y'all see?
I see a friend, Julie. Hey, Julie. Thanks for joining.
My cousin Angela, hey Ann, my best girlfriend Doreen, one of my business partners, Carlton Profit, hey guys, Shay, hey.
Hey, and then we have Sandra Pixley and Diane A. with us and a couple of other people that are online. So thank you so much for joining, and also Michelle Davis. So thank you all for joining and chiming in. We will address your questions as we go along and as we are able to. So what we want to do now is we want to jump into the topic of real estate combined with the tax season. So why you should be preparing for the tax season now. I don't understand why people wait until January to start preparing for the tax season. You know that you have up until the last day in December. Whatever activity that you do, that dictates what you're preparing for. So although it's a new year, so in 2020, we're actually doing taxes for 2019. So start now. Like, don't wait until next year, because there's several advantages and that you can't take advantage of. Janice.
Yes.
Tell us, what should we be doing and what should we be thinking about taxes, especially as it relates to real estate and land?
Well, definitely as an investor, for us at the end of the year, it's essential that we're looking at our write-offs.
Yes.
And balancing our write-offs to try to decrease the amount of taxes that we're going to actually be paying out. So one of the things that my husband and I that we do, we look at how much we have actually gave as far as charitable contributions. Mm-hmm. We may increase that, to our churches, to some nonprofits, things of that nature. Another thing that we definitely look into, and I would suggest this for any small business owner if they're able to, is to start an IRA.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just putting in, a personal IRA. I think the max you can put in is maybe $5,000, but there's also business IRAs. Mm-hmm. I think those amounts can increase up to probably about $25,000. But definitely starting an IRA.
Yeah, especially if you're over 50.
Yes.
Say that again.
If you're over 50, you can do the catch up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So definitely, putting into an IRA. Those are the things that with an investor, again, to lower your tax bracket. Mm-hmm. Because you definitely, now you got to be cautious with the amount of write-offs based upon what your net will be and whatnot. So it has to kind of be a balance, but just do a checklist, do a check off. Trips if you have rental property out of the state, out of the area, going down to view that particular property, taking that trip. Your air flight or what have you, gas if you're driving, hotel. Those are write-offs. Of course, any repairs that you're doing on properties, all of that is write-offs. Even having business meetings, setting up business meetings, you're having a lunch date with an individual, discussing some situations, talking with your vendors or what have you. All those things are, receipts, but they add up. And they're consistent. And, gas is huge. My husband's always on me about making sure that I give him my gas receipts in addition to, because, he could be on working on one project, I could be on another, and both of our vehicles, those gas mileage and things of that nature. And with a lot of small business has home office deductions. Those are huge. Don't take those for granted. Your utilities within your home, a portion can be used, but all those things, with real estate investing, does help. But one of the things that I really want to talk about is for 2020, I just get so excited. individuals, I don't want it to be where a person who's interested in getting into investing have the mentality of, oh, I shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yes.
Okay. We're coming into a different year, different decade, 2020. Just start making some plans and some decisions as to how I can actually get into the game. Even if you have not saved money, simple doing a $3 a week, 52-week plan can get you some funds saved up for down payments. Collaborations, partnerships with individuals to come in as a group. To buy some investment properties. There's just so many different ways, and I just really encourage individuals to explore some different options into getting into real estate, because that is really, in my opinion, I think it's a lot of people's opinion, the true way to generational wealth and leaving that legacy, and that's just so important.
Yeah, and Janice and her husband have made so much money that they want somebody else to get into I love when I say that. When your husband was in the studio the last time, but I said that, he was like, "Who told her to say that?" What? But in all sincerity, I love it that you found something and you really figured out how to make it work.
Yes.
And you're opening it up and sharing with other people.
Yes.
So I can't wait till your classes and your workshops start.
Yes, I'm really excited.
Yes, because they're going to be simple ways that you can start. Everyday people, you don't have to have a lot of money. You don't have to have a lot of anything. So make sure y'all stay tuned to all the shows. But I love Money Making Mondays. Yes. I'm telling you, I was talking to my friend, my executive pastor this morning, and I was like, I love Money Making Mondays because it's actually very good tips that really help you along the way.
Right.
And we're trying to create some millionaires. I
right.
didn't start a membership yet for y'all watching this, but y'all gonna be paying the house a little bit, so y'all ain't pay attention right now. I say that jokingly.
But she mean it.
What she means is in the works.
But I cannot wait to you start your classes. And a lot of things that you say and talking about real estate, it also applies to small businesses. So I wanted to catch that as you were going along. You were talking about a lot of things about the utilities, home usage. A lot of people don't use those, but also to you all, that's why it's important to make sure that you get your business paperwork in order, because you think that you're avoiding paying taxes, but all the time there are so many things that can be really charged against that you can really help yourself out in the long run. So don't cheat yourself by trying to be slick. All right. All right. So very good. So now we're going to move into talk about cash flow, how to secure your cash flow, how to keep your cash flow.
Yeah.
And that's where we have Dee, who just so happens to be my co-author on Entrepreneur Elevation. And you can talk about your chapter. So in my chapter, Cheryl Wood is the visionary for this book project. And in my chapter, I was very excited because mine does a combination. I talk about how to align your 9-to-5 with your business. So I talk about the various ways in which we only have 24 hours, and people are like, Ladrine, how do you do this? When do you have time to do resumes? When do you have time to do this? Trust and believe that it aligns together, whether it's my training, my coaching, whatever it is, all of it aligns together. So it's almost like I got 48 hours in a day. No, I'm playing with y'all. But Dee, so talk to the people.
Oh my gosh, first of all, good evening everybody. I'm super excited to be here. So as Ladrine said, Entrepreneur Elevation was a great opportunity to collaborate with Ladrine, Cheryl Wood, and actually there were 31 authors actually who told their story. So Ladrine talked about keeping your 9-to-5 and then building your business. I talked about managing your cash flow as a business owner. And so, if it's okay, can I tell a short story?
Absolutely.
All
As
right,
long as
cool.
you stay within your time, you can do whatever you want.
Okay, all right. Okay, my time starts
Go
now.
ahead.
Okay. So, the reason I'm so passionate about cash flow is this. I used to work, I'm originally from Boston, so I used to work for a small IT firm that had $8 million worth of sales on the books, not in the bank. That's a lot of money. Yes, it is. So they sold $8 million worth of IT services. They had $8 million on the books, not in the bank. I got hired to actually recover that, and so I was successful in collecting $6 million in 60 days while working part-time.
Wow.
Wow,
That's
phenomenal.
awesome.
Thank you. As great as that is, the CEO of this company said, we want to have a chat. So everybody comes downstairs. He says, listen, I want to thank everybody for your services. Appreciate everything y'all have done. But we made an executive decision, and we're closing the business 2 months before Christmas.
Wow.
So everybody who had worked really hard to sell, collect, bill, everything, grab your stuff, walk out the door, and we're done. Fast forward to today, I started BCS Solutions to teach small business owners how to secure the bag or collect their cash and not end up like this company that I worked for, or Payless Shoes, or Charming Charlie's, or Barney's. Companies who've had sales, who've had contracts, who've had invoices and receivables, but forgot, they were so focused on the front end that they forgot to work on the back end. And to the small business owners that are listening, do me a favor, please. You've heard from all of the wonderful guests here, but my point of this story is this: don't forget to collect your cash.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't forget to, let me say it again, don't forget to collect your cash. You as a business owner are responsible for 4 things: sales, contracts, bills, payments. Sales, contracts, bills, payment. Translation, collect the cash. But you got to sell in order to collect the cash.
Right.
But you cannot forget to be so focused on the front end that you don't work on the back end. The reason some of the companies that I just named are going out of business is that they were so focused on the sale, but they neglected the back end. And a lot of small businesses are so focused on getting their next sale, their next project, their next whatever it is, that they're so focused on that end, but they forget, listen, the sale is not complete until the money's in the bank. That's a real thing. So if you want to have your takeaway for tonight, it's this: the sale is not complete until the money is in the bank. Please be successful and sell your product or service. Do that. Do it really well. But don't forget, the sale is not complete until the money's in the bank. And if you expect to go into 2020, our new year, our new decade, you have to remember, you're in business to do one thing only, which is to make money.
Yeah.
Now, you make money through sales. Legally, you've got to have a contract or an agreement.
Right.
You need to have somebody who does your invoicing unless you do it yourself, and you may have to make sure you get paid. Those are the 4 things that are
Right.
important to every business. Now, I know a lot of people don't like collections because it's like, ew, I'd rather do anything. I'd rather get a root canal than have to collect, because think about it. Nobody seriously wants to have to go ask anyone. Think about it. For example, if I loan you some money and you don't come in and pay me back, I don't want to have to ask you, can you give me back my money? You're like, girl, I don't do that.
You
Well,
don't have me,
just,
right?
huh?
You're going to harass me. Give me
Well, I'm trying not to. My goal is not to harass you. My goal actually is to make sure you never have to need someone like me. That's my goal. My goal is, if you listen to my points, if you manage your money correctly, you shouldn't have to go to collections. You shouldn't have to have past due invoices.
Right.
You shouldn't have to be owed money. But in the world we live in, people do business and they forget to pay you, or they don't pay you. Then you need to know what to do. You need to know that the reason you have the contract outlines why you went into business. For example, there's a contract for this property right here.
Right.
There's a sale that happened. There's a lease. There's a payment that's due. They bill you, and you got to pay it. Otherwise, guess what? You don't get to come back here.
Right.
It's the same thing in business.
Yeah.
Same thing with your cell phone. Everybody has a cell phone. The 4 things I just talked about. You were sold a phone from whoever your carrier is. You have a contract with them. How do I know that? Because you get a bill every single month.
Right.
And then you pay them.
Yeah.
The sale, the contract, the invoice, the receivables. It happens in business. But at the end of the day, you have to make sure you collect your money as a business owner. And don't be afraid to ask for it. As long as you provided your services in good faith and you did it correctly, you're entitled to get paid. I personally don't want to see another company go out of business like the one that I worked for personally. That's why this time of year it's tough for me, because I think about like what happened to me, and then there are other companies, larger companies, like Payless Shoes. Can you think about it? People who love Payless Shoes are now like, man, where am I supposed to go get my shoes?
Correct.
And can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Just a little bit off, but
Yeah, go
related.
for it.
You said Charming Charlie.
Absolutely.
Is Charming Charlie gone out of business?
They have shut their doors. Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
wow.
Dress
I thought
Barn
they
is
were
too.
doing a restructure, the chapter.
Yeah, Dress Barn is having a closing store sale.
Yes, they are. Yes,
They're
they
going out
are.
of business.
I did not know about
Wow.
Charming Charlie. I have not planned. I had planned a trip to go there. They have these bangles that I wear,
Yeah.
but they're not real gold. But
Right.
I love how they are, and so periodically I just buy them over and over again. They're going out of business.
They're gone. They're already done. I live in Frederick.
Wow.
Their store is shut down.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
Amazing.
People aren't realizing what's happening right now with businesses. They're
Exactly.
one after another. It's like a domino effect.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can I
Sure.
just interject?
Please.
So I think one business that I thought was going out of business, Forever 21, they were going out, but I think it was actually a going out for business. So it looked like they were closing and had like a sale to like draw people in, but they're still up and operational. But, you know, just if you don't pay attention, you know, I just, you know, so they were going out for business, not
Right.
out
Of
of
business.
business.
Right.
They
It's
changed
that,
the lingo.
Right.
that one
And
word.
so they did with their sales tactic is they changed it so that you would be drawn in versus
Yeah.
Correct.
versus not coming in at all.
Yeah,
But
that was
yeah,
it.
definitely.
Great marketing.
And that's amazing. Like for me, one of the things that I have found out, so I started my business October 2015. And I've come across a lot of various business owners. One of the things that I have found is a lot of people who have small businesses or side hustles, they really don't have a lot of money if they don't sustain and really have a true and serious systematic approach to things.
Consistency.
And yes. And so that was disheartening for me because I'm all like, all right, I work in the federal government. I got my little pathway I'm trying to figure out. And y'all already know my story. I was like, I'm getting my retirement. But I was like, for my business, in terms of, I've been looking at like different various ways to see at some point if I could decrease my hours at work, because I know that aligning the two of them, it allows you to do, you know, various things. I get my good government paycheck.
Yep,
Thank you,
absolutely.
Jesus. Don't Trump play too much. But then I also, I earn money from Do It. And it has really put a nice accent on my lifestyle.
Okay.
So I do really appreciate that. So when I start talking to various clients, a lot of them that I am leaning more towards now is those who, when you're starting a business, one of the things people get their mind crowded because they want to do so many different things and they're attracted to new coaches and various things, they just don't know where to start. All of my clients, I always tell them, you can do a variation of things, but what's your money maker?
Right.
What's your money maker? As long as you're continuously doing your money maker and you have money coming in, we can talk about the other various things and the way to go about it. So that's one of the things that I definitely want to put out there as we're talking about finances in general and all other various things. When people start off, they want all the banners, the everything. That you ain't made $1 yet, but your booth look nice. You can't convey what you're selling, and you can't do
But
those
you know what?
things.
That's that social media.
Yes.
Everyone's so
Exactly.
absorbed
Fake it till you
with,
make
you know, wanting to
Yeah.
see someone else and do, you know, with everything with everyone
Drives me
else. It's
crazy.
the same way with real estate investing. You got all these different people out there. You know, some I firmly believe, you know, are doing very, very well. But then everyone is not in the whole aspects of all the avenues. Like
Right.
for me, I'm not a wholesaler. Okay, I you know, wholesalers, that's a wonderful way to get in. But I strictly do, you know, the flipping and the land development.
Okay.
That's my niche.
Right.
So you know, you just got to find your niche and just master
Yes.
that craft.
Yes,
Slow and steady.
and I call it competitive advantage. So everybody who I talk to will go through various things, and I'll be like, what's your competitive advantage? Your competitive, even from resume writing, what's your competitive advantage? You have a lot of people doing a lot of various things, and there's nothing wrong with that, but how do you stand out? And that's what we like drill down in,
Correct.
and that's what we package them. So see your girl. Stop playing
Definitely.
out there.
Yeah.
You know, and another point about that is, which is great that you make sure that every client drills down to know what their competitive advantage is. You still have to have a sale. At the end of the day, you
Yes.
still, the 4 things I talked about, I don't care what way we flipped it, you gotta have a sale.
Exactly.
Right.
You have to have a sale.
Exactly.
Now,
Money.
legally, you need to have a contract, an agreement.
Yes.
You could have it on a notepad, I don't care how you do it, but you need to say, I am doing business with you. I'm buying 10 pieces of sneakers and it costs this much. Sign here, sign here.
Do then.
Right. You need to provide the product or service,
Yeah.
and then you need to bill for it, and you need to get paid.
Yes.
What people get really hung up on is like, well, why is that so important? Well, if you don't have your foundation set up, you can't scale.
No.
Right.
Because this whole thing with social media, to your point,
Yeah.
everybody's
Yeah.
talking about, oh yeah, you need to scale, you need to scale. No, you need to know how to sell.
Mm-hmm.
You need to know what makes up a good contract,
Right.
a good
Correct.
agreement.
Right.
You need to know that you need to invoice. You need to know
Right.
whether you
Yeah.
get paid on the day of the services, you get paid in 30 days,
Yeah.
60 days, 90 days.
You need
or
to know
120.
all of that.
You know all
Yeah.
of that, and you need to make sure you're collecting. Because here's
Yeah.
the thing: to the point of this whole thing of securing the bag, collecting your cash flow, you need to know how your money cycle works. Do you have money coming in on the 1st and the 15th, or the 15th and the 30th? Do you get money coming in on once a month? Do you have a contract that you get paid in 90 days? What is that? If you don't know, how do you plan? How do you
Right.
plan for the rest of the year if you don't know basically the state of your flocks?
And how can you
What's going on
stay
with
in
your cash?
business?
You don't.
Exactly.
You don't.
Exactly.
You end up caught like the companies I talked about earlier because they had all these agreements and they billed, but guess what? They weren't having any payments because guess what? There were no customers coming in.
Yes, and all of it is doable. Like creating, establishing, and sustaining your business. All of it is doable, but you have to make sure that you develop a system. And that was one of the things for me at the beginning, and still to this day, I hate invoicing.
That's exactly.
I hate invoicing, and everybody's like, you hate invoicing. That's where the money comes. But I invested. So I invested, like Calendly gives you the free, that's the calendar system that I use because it aligns to my personal calendar. So I can put it on something, I'm like, oh, I'm booked for that day. But what happens is, when I go through Calendly, at first, like I would have to worry about people paying on the end. Then they came up with the way that people have to pay. So like right now, you can't get on my calendar
Until you
without paying.
There you go.
And then I also use Square, like for my other invoices, and I can't stand doing the invoices. But when I go in, I can.
But she likes getting paid though. Let's be clear. She loves getting paid.
Gotta get paid. Gotta get paid.
Yeah.
She likes to secure the bag.
But what I do is they have recurring, where you
Yes.
can do the recurring invoices, and I know some of my clients, like if you don't pay on time, you might get an email every day. It ain't me, it's Square. But I told Square what to do, so it ain't me bothering you, it's them. But,
So Square is your collections. Square is doing what I do, which is collection.
Yes.
Through a software system versus getting on the phone and saying, hi, I need you to pay your invoices and find out why haven't you paid.
And the only other point I wanted to make is like the small investments. So
Sure.
Yes.
Calendly was nice and pretty. It allowed me to do all the options. So I love Calendly. So I was going to switch from them because at first they didn't have it where you can collect the payments automatically. When they upgraded to it and they offered an additional packet, a lot of people were leaving because they were charging and they were going to a free one. I looked at what they had, and now I have like monthly bills associated with my account based on the automation of things. So I don't have to do anything but do my thing. So all I have to do is do my work. So although I don't like invoicing, trust me, Square will do what I needed to do.
Square makes it work well.
Yeah. So any other points that you wanted to add?
I would just say, as your two things. If you're a small business owner, make sure if you are owed any money from any services that you provided this entire year, don't close out 2019 without getting paid for your services.
Absolutely.
Go back and get your payments. Here's the thing. You went into business and you provided that product or service in good faith because you wanted to make sure you were doing what you do best. Whether you solve a problem, you sell a service, you provide a product, I don't care what it is. But you did that in good faith. And if you're owed any money, get on the phone and find out, number one, two things. Ask how come they haven't paid you. Ask them the question, why haven't they paid you? And then listen to why they haven't paid you. And then write it down and then fix it. It's usually not that difficult. A lot of times it's usually data entry errors or simple mistakes that were made. But if you don't go back and ask, you're leaving money on the table that's owed to you, and you should get your money so you can close out your books and close out 2019 successfully. Number two, going into 2020, make sure that you have set up your accounts correctly. Make sure that you have a list of all of your contracts. Make sure you have a list of all your vendors. Make sure you know who's the salesperson. Who's the person that you need to talk to when you're not paid? Who do you call? And then how are your payments coming in? Hopefully you have either a PayPal business account, a regular business checking account, something, but you have things in order so that you can actually collect your money and be successful, and then prepare for a great 2020.
Yeah. So those are all great tips. You all gave some wonderful tips. I was looking at Dee Dee Hinton on the line. Dee Dee, you have a lot of great comments. We're going to have to bring you on the show. She's talking about a variation of things. She done went into where she buy her gas from. She used American Express. Her daughter does her invoices. She don't use cash.
Yeah.
One time she had somebody who didn't pay for 5 months. So all of those great things. But thank you so much. And I actually really love it. And y'all know I go back and read all of the comments after the show. But and thinking ahead a little bit, next month, we're going to focus and talk a little bit more about taxes. But what we're going to be talking to you about next month is really not going to help you prepare for this year and your filing, but we're going to get you at the beginning of it so that you can get started up for your cycle that goes through. And I think that that's going to be a phenomenal thing. So y'all really want to make sure that y'all stick with us because we're going to be doing this. Janet's going to be helping out with different ways for purchasing property in small ways to start off. And the financial piece, we're just going to be giving it to y'all. And so by the end of this time next year, we all should
Be in a better position.
be better. I was trying to come up with something. Y'all know when I be talking, I be thinking overly. And I was like, that might be killing it. That might be doing a little bit too much. Better position than we are right now. So yeah, so I appreciate that. So next week, we are actually going to, and I just got approval for it earlier today, we're going to have a live studio again. So if they can put up the graphics in terms of our social media information, so the way that you will be able to participate is that you have to follow us on social media. So you have to like our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Those are the ways, those are your entries, and then also send me an inbox. But we need you, when you send me an inbox, make sure you have done all of those things. This is something like, we tried it out previously with what men want and what women want. And it was a great dynamics in terms of what we did. So we're going to have a lot more of sitting in the audience. So next week, it's all about the L's, investing in L's, invested in land. So we always put it in there where Janice comes back because we're talking about legacies and also investments. And then we have a little twist and a treat for you all. So the next L is love. So Chef Lionel came on and he talked about he was partnering up with the love expert from New York. She's actually coming in and she's going to be in our studio. And Chef Lionel was like, I can't come to the studio without bringing food. And I was like, look, man, I'm about to start my diet after I eat the sweet potato pie that Janice bought me. So I can't eat all the food by myself. So I'm going to need help in that area. And then I met a young lady who I went in to get some lip moisturizer because in the wintertime my lips get a little chappy. Honey, she ended up giving me a makeover for the Anita Baker show, and we ended up bonding and talking. I'm like, hey, you want to come on our show? So it's going to be invested in looks as well. So it's going to be invested in all the L's, invested in land, love, and looks. And I got to come up with something for the food because it's going to be, you're not going to have to invest in the food, but you're going to get a tasting of it. So yeah, all things financial, all things budget. Any last minute comments and providing your social media contacts for the folks. So let's start with our guest.
All right. Well, you can reach me. Again, this is D Bowden with BCS Solutions. Excuse me. So, social media. I'm on Facebook, D Bowden, Instagram, Bowden D, LinkedIn, D Bowden. And actually, you know what? I have a free gift for the listeners.
Okay.
I do. So listen, everybody who's online right now, if you will put your email actually in the comments, there's a book called Collect the Cash. It's 5 steps on how to secure your cash for 2019 and beyond. Put your email in the comments, and when we're off, I'll make sure to send you that. It's called Collect Your Cash. It's a free ebook to teach you 5 ways to make sure you manage your cash flow to close out 2019 strong and go into 2020 even better than before.
Awesome, thank you. And she comes bearing gifts.
Yes.
A book for you, a book for you. No, I'm playing. Janice, how can the folks contact you?
You guys can contact me on Instagram at Janice Bowles. I'm on Facebook, Janice Bowles. I have a business page. It's under my business name, which is B Premier Ventures. LinkedIn, Janice Bowles. Just my email, www.bpremierventures.com. But stay tuned with us here. That's the real deal here. Money Making Mondays.
Let me see you say it again.
Money
Making
Making
Mondays.
So let's go to this side. Share your social media, please.
You can reach me on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook under the Professional Credit Diva. And my website is www.theprofessionalcreditdiva.com. And my email is info@professionalcreditdiva.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi. Because my name is so long, Sacagawea Fanning. My Facebook is Sacagawea Fanning. So what I did while everybody was kind of talking, I typed it up in the comments. My email account, sacagawea.fanning@gmail. Facebook, it's Sacagawea Fanning, and then Instagram, it's Sacagawea Fanning. So if you want to reach out to me with some budgeting tips, I also offer free financial analysis to clients. So if you really want to start the year off right, give me a call or send me an email. We can set up an appointment, see where you are currently, set up a blueprint to get you in a better position in 2020.
Awesome, awesome. So this has been a wonderful show. It's me, your girl. My personal Facebook is Ladrine Howard Peterson, and my Instagram is Do It Delivers, and it's underscores in between them. But of course, I want you to all to begin to follow the station's information as well as our TV shows. So we're going to be partnering and doing a lot of things with the station, but make sure that you follow the talk shows. Mm-hmm. So we have created the Facebook page, which is Let's Do It Talk Show, and also the Instagram page, Let's Do It Talk Show. So we're going to keep things consistently, and also the YouTube channel, so that that can be your entry. But also send me an inbox, because we're excited about the show and we're looking forward to everything. So ladies, great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And you all will